Hey, welcome back. So what it's the next video, which is actually going to be the previous video, so you get a little preview into how the next video is going to start. No, how it's going to end, because it's how this one's starting. Confusing myself already, see? Man. So yeah, it's Approachable Archaeology, lesson reel number 1. A little background on why I'm saying that, in case you didn't see it, and maybe I took it down, I don't know, we'll find out. Ended up doing a lesson 0.5 on Approachable Archaeology whenever it had a random clear day, kind of like today, but it was less clear that day than it is today. And yeah, didn't turn out the greatest, but here we are, we're back. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to Approachable Archaeology. So what are we covering today? Well, we're just going to cover the basics. We're just going to go over some general terms and general things to understand insofar as archaeology is concerned, and in regards to exactly what I'm going to be covering also, or how I'm going to cover it and all of that. So some background quickly, very quickly, I swear. I have had 10 years experience in the field of archaeology. It's been very basic. I am hesitant to say that I'm an archaeologist, but technically that's the truth. And I do archaeological illustrations. That's what I'm specializing in, or what I have specialized in, and what I'm okay at. In the future, hopefully I'll do 3D rendering of artifacts, but we'll see. Vroom, vroom. See, that's better going to be for my Friday video, but well, it's going out on the Tuesday one. So, basics. Some things we got to cover. So I screwed up a second ago. I said artifacts. To have it. I'm going to try not to use that term, and people typically don't use that term. We try to say material culture. So what that is just stuff. Don't think anything special about it. It could be just literally trash. It could be really nice stuff as well. It's just stuff left behind by humans. So that's what the majority of archaeologists are studying. They're studying what's left behind and trying to get information from that stuff. And we try to get it in context to where we find it. So, you know, let's say we're going around and I see, oh gosh, I don't know, I see a little piece of trash laying down somewhere. You know, I see some remains of walls next to it, some stones or something. And I, as an archaeologist, will try to understand, you know, how it got there, what it is, what its importance is. And most of the time, just like our own modern crash, there's no real importance to it, but we can try to gather some information from it. So if we are able to find, in modern times, where I'm literally seeing, you know, well, figuratively, seeing like a Coca-Cola bottle. Well, on that Coca-Cola bottle, of course, there's probably going to be like a manufacture date or expiration date, but let's say we don't have that on there, but we do have like decoration on it, you know, specific design on the Coca-Cola bottle. I probably shouldn't be using the word Coca-Cola. I might get flagged for that, I don't know. A soda bottle, or pop bottle, is what I would say, but we'll try to keep it general and say soda, because everyone uses soda. I use pop. Anyway, go back. See a pop bottle. Soda. See a soda bottle. And on it, you know, is some design. And that design, let's say that company used it for, you know, 3 years, which is kind of absurd these days to think they would stick that long with a design, but let's say that's the case. Well, you know, we have, you know, a record of that, and we're able to know that, okay, between X date and Y date, that soda company used that design, so we can logically infer that the bottle was probably acquired and used within that date span. Yes, it could be, you know, some weird person who likes to have really old soda and do YouTube videos on it or something like that, drinking it. But more than likely, it was actually used during that time span. So if we find something else around it that doesn't have that kind of distinct signature on it, let's say it's some custom made plate or something like that, we can probably infer that that plate was also used around the same time as that bottle. We can kind of get a general date on that plate. Hey, nice. I bet he didn't even see me. Moving on. So that's material culture, and that's general idea behind dating stuff. I'm keeping it vague. I understand. Any professional archaeologists watching this are probably like, geez, man, like, that is like way too simplified. I know, that's kind of the point. I'm trying to keep it approachable. I want it to not be overwhelming, and I don't want to get down to specifics, and I just want to give people a general idea of how things work, not hardcore specifics. Say that whenever your mouth is dry, like I just did. So a little bit of an explanation on what I do and why I do archaeological illustrations. So like I was talking about earlier, let's take for instance, we have that soda bottle artifact. Sorry, material culture. It is an artifact. It's something made with skill. What do all three of those have in common? We have the material culture, we have the context in which it's found, and we have me as the archaeological illustrator. Well, see, in my role is I am going to try to take that piece of material culture, in this case we'll use that soda bottle as an example, and I'm going to try to illustrate it to the best of my ability and as accurately as possible, to as much of a scale as possible, to gather as much information as possible and record it so that somebody other than myself, some expert who is an expert at looking at soda bottles for this instance, able to look at it and get information from that and try to interpret any data that they can. Yeah, so let's say that, we had a little piece of the label, but we didn't have all of it, so I was able to illustrate that down to scale, and then they're coming in and they are looking at that illustration, and they're able to discern that, it belongs to, design X, which they are then able to know either through experience, which year frame it belongs to, or if we have a catalog of information, they're able to then pull that up again, either through experience or through having another expert come in and looking at it. Because that's one of the great things about archaeology, is it's very collaborative, and we have a lot of people who do understand bottle X types, or they're really good at that specific bottle manufacturer. Again, I'm using this as an example. Obviously it's going to be a little different, so this person's an expert at the shape of it, so we're all able to kind of work together and get information about it if it's not readily available on its outset. So it's just something that's really exciting about the field of archaeology. And that's what's really exciting about what I do as an illustrator, is I'm able to bridge that gap, and I'm able to take the material culture and I'm able to supply it in a way that anyone else can try to gather as much information as possible. Okay, not anyone. So obviously, like if there's residue, then there's an expert who's really good at doing a chemical analysis on it, and then that person could even say, oh, I know that this specific structure or whatever, dates to this specific time period. It's really fascinating, and it's not like in the shows. It's not just one person knows everything. In fact, it's more like a bunch of people know very specific things, and we all work together to come to one common goal. And what is that? That's to, you know, figure out what the heck was going on in the past. We're just really interested in that. Every person has their own motivation behind it. Some people just are really fascinated with the past just because they're fascinated with the past. Other people, like myself, want to be able to have, it's a little romantic, I know, be able to give these people of the past voices, have their stories be told. I know that's you know, much more typical to what you'll see like in movies and books and stuff like that, but that's just how I personally feel. Like I said in lesson 0.5, I really loved Nanny telling her stories, and I want to be able to have all these ancient peoples be able to have some type of way, some vehicle into telling their stories. So that's my own personal reasons behind it. Everyone has their own, like I said. So that's probably going to wrap it up for lesson 1. So today, again, just to give a little quick rehash, we covered what exactly material culture is. It's anything. It's just stuff left behind by humans. We covered what context is. It's the without trying to use the word context, it's it's the significance of what is found in whatever location it's found. And then we covered what somebody who's an archaeological illustrator does. Say that one time fast with that same dry mouth. So that'll wrap it up for lesson number 1. Is it going to be lesson number 2? I don't know. If there is, I haven't the faintest clue what the topic's going to be. You'll know as soon as I know, because I'll probably end up doing it last minute and it won't be as edited as it probably could be. So yeah, red light. Not going to be as fun to end it here. So see you in a second. Alright, so quickly, before we hit another red light, that's going to wrap it up. I'll see you guys next time, if there is a next time. There's going to be next time. I don't know if it's going to be lesson 2. We'll find out. Alright, take it easy. Bye!